What's going on, everyone? Mike from the Hardcover Comic here. I know it's been a very long time. For those of you that are fans of the channel, you know it's been close to 6 weeks, maybe even longer than that, maybe even 2 months at this point since new videos come out from us, from me in particular. So, you know, I've been very busy with life. A lot of things have been changing for me. I went on a relatively long vacation, and then things just started changing in my life. There were some pretty big life-changing things. I've moved, and I'm in a different spot now. You can tell the layout's a little different here in this video, but I'm back. I'm trying to make as many videos as I can. I've got some more time to start enjoying comics again. Without rambling about it too much, I really want to just point out how awesome the flaps are on this book. I think DC finally crushed it with flaps. I'm just really quickly going to mention that. I will definitely talk about this book. This is the Batwoman Omnibus that came out recently. J.H. Williams III, Greg Rucka, Hayden Blackman, a bunch of other creators were involved in this as well. An incredible book that I'm very excited to read. I'm so glad we finally have this book. Very exciting stuff. I really like I don't mind the design of the graphic cover itself. It's nothing too thrilling, but I think they did a pretty good job of making it a little bit different. Hey guys, I just see the reflection there. So I'm very excited to have this book finally. Like I said, things have changed. I got a slightly different camera angle here than usual, but hopefully it's still all right for you all. We're going to talk about the binding. We're going to talk about the content of the book itself. I'm going to leave this mostly unedited because I feel like there's a lot that's going to be said here, so I want to make sure that I'm able to cover all my bases. Like I said at the start of the video, I apologize, guys. I know it's been a long time. Much love to all of you that have been reaching out, making sure everything's okay. Checking in with us, commenting on videos, saying you miss our videos and you want more. I really appreciate it. It's one of the best things about, you know, having started this silly YouTube channel where I just sort of ramble and rant, both Matt and I, about comics we love and comics we recommend and we'd like other people to read so that we can talk about them with you all, because there are so many great books out there. There are so many fantastic books. It's tough to choose which one to get. It's tough to choose which one to invest in and, you know, spend your hard-earned money on. And it's been great to sort of see the community come into the shape that it's come into, right? I think for the most part it's a very healthy community filled with awesome people who really just want to share the love for the medium, which is, you know, at the end of the day the most important thing. Whether you like a comic or not, whether you disagree with my opinion or not, it's all love. As long as you're nice about it, I'll be nice back too, and I respect all opinions. Taking a look at the gutter loss here a little bit. I'll take a few peeks throughout this video at it, just because honestly this is kind of a disappointing bind. It's kind of a disappointing bind here with this Batwoman Omnibus. I'm not too much of a stickler, but the reason it's a bit disappointing is because we've got J.H. Williams III artwork here. If you're unfamiliar with J.H. Williams III, some incredible artwork, 2-page spreads, things like that. Absolutely phenomenal artist who you know, I fell in love with, not through Batwoman, oddly enough. I actually fell in love with J.H. Williams III thanks to books like Sandman Overture in particular is absolutely breathtaking. Among other works that Williams has done. An incredible artist. You'll notice little things, little touches, like when Kate is dressed up as Batwoman, the art style is a little more painted, it's a little darker, it's a little grittier. But when Kate's walking around as Kate Kane, you can see that it's different. The lines are cleaner, they're crisper. It looks more like a traditional comic book, including the page layouts. You've got less 2-page spreads, although still few, but fantastic, absolutely fantastic. And that's the biggest bummer with this binding. You can see I'm still having to hold the book open relatively often, even though we're maybe like 100 pages in or so at this point. A lot of the 2-page spreads, you're getting a little bit of gutter loss in the middle, which is very unfortunate because they are stunning 2-page spreads. You get artists like Jock in here as well, fantastic stuff. And what this omnibus collects is the pre-New 52 run by Greg Rucka and J.H. Williams III, and then the New 52 run by J.H. Williams III and Hayden Blackman. Both fantastic. I can't recommend them enough. Elegy in particular is a brilliant story. And I really, really love the New 52 run as well. It's great. I was never a huge fan of Batwoman, but when I started reading the New 52 series, I absolutely fell in love with the character. And having seen her come so far in titles like Detective Comics Rebirth, and eventually her own solo series with Rebirth has been absolutely spectacular. What a fantastic character. With a lot of complexity and a lot of layers to her. You know, the Kane family is a very wealthy family within the DC universe. Involved in the military, involved in the war against Batman. So having this sort of conflicting character where there's the family bond and the family element of trying to stick to, you know, making sure that her father isn't too disappointed with her, but while also keeping this massive secret of being Batwoman, dealing with trying to not necessarily win Batman's acceptance, but working with Batman and having him realize that they're on the same level. Adds a lot of layers to the story, right? You've got a very complex character, and then of course, you know, Kate's dealing with her own relationships, her own friends, her own, you know, love interests. There's a lot going on. Which is why I can't recommend this book enough. If you're looking to get into new characters in the Bat family, if you enjoyed the Rebirth Detective Comics Omnibus and Batwoman stood out to you, this should be a no-brainer for you. You should absolutely pick this book up. I was very happy to get it. I honestly was kind of surprised when it came in the mail. I forgot I had pre-ordered it on Amazon a while ago, but it finally came, and thankfully gave me something new to read as I continue reading through some custom binds and stuff like that. That's one thing I did want to mention. It's been a hot minute for me since I've been able to read comics. Not that I don't enjoy them. We'll take a look at the eye hole here. Nothing, huh? So tight. This is one of those scenarios with books like this. You know, tight isn't what you're looking for. Sometimes in life you are looking for tight. This isn't it. It's unfortunate. I know DC doesn't have the best reputation for binding, and it kind of breaks my heart because I know most of DC's books are bound in Canada, which is weird. Every Canadian book I've had bound is spectacular. But anyway, I digress. Unfortunate that the binding is super tight on this book. I didn't check to see if it's glued. It seems like it's glued at this point. I mean, this is really rough stuff. It's not at the level of like the Jeff Johns Hawkman, if you know what I'm referencing, but it's pretty close. It's a rough bind, and hopefully over time it gets a little looser. I did break in the binding and everything. No luck, unfortunately. But I really like this book. I'm really glad we got to see it. I'm glad that DC is giving more other characters and other runs time to shine in the spotlight. Very much deserved. And this is an incredible set of creators here, so I really love this book. I can't wait to have it on my shelf and to keep it on my shelf for a very long time. When I eventually get around to reading it, like I said, I'm going to be pumping out videos as much as I can, folks. Just still getting used to some of the new changes in life, getting used to some of the new flows that I've had to adapt to. It's been an interesting time. Like I said, I've moved. I'm now in downtown Toronto, as opposed to sort of on the outskirts of the GTA like I was before. So very excited to see what comes out of that. Very excited to see how life continues to change, while my love for this medium continues to stay the same. Because let me tell you guys something. If I take any time off comics, the one thing I'm thinking about is when am I going to be able to get back to reading comics? When am I going to be able to start planning my next bind? I still have trade paperbacks coming in. I still got single issues coming in that I'm waiting to bind. And so there's a constant reminder that this a fantastic, amazing source of entertainment and honestly at times meditation is available, and I just haven't been able to take advantage. But it's time to pick that back up. We're going to take a quick look at the bonus content here. Got some variant covers, as you always do, from a plethora of artists, all spectacular. There's that flap artwork again. Very exciting stuff. You get some great character design, character detail work from J.H. Williams III. What I love here is that they gave you parts of the script, and you also get to see the pages in black and white. I think that Batwoman Elegy was released as a noir book, but I'm not 100% sure. If it wasn't, looking at these pages, it definitely should be. J.H. Williams III artwork in black and white is phenomenal, and I'd love to see more. But hopefully, you guys are, thank you guys for being patient. Anyone who's reached out, much love to you. I appreciate it very much. We'll be back with more consistent content, a better flow with all this stuff, and hopefully getting back to interacting with the community more, because I honestly miss you guys. I miss being able to talk comics on live streams, and I miss being able to talk back and forth in the comments. So please feel free to comment down below. Let me know what you think of the book if you're picking it up. And of course, I can't not mention organic price books. If you use the promo code THC2, you get $2 off every single one of your orders. Just put in THC2 at checkout and you'll get hooked up. Thank you guys very much for tuning in. This is Mike from the Hardcover Comic. Until next time, as always, you stay classy, Internet.